Well, here I am on a sunny evening after a fair bit of rain, April the 27th, and I'm delighted to be interviewing
Doreen Evans.
Thank you, Doreen. And sometimes people give their age and sometimes they don't. It's completely up to you whether you want to give your age or not.
73.
Thank you very much. Now I've got a series of questions, but by all means wander from the point. And the first question is, what were you born in Rodborough? What was your first connection to Rodborough?
I was born in Spilman's Pitch. Spilman's Pitch.
Yeah.
That goes from the Bath Road up to Spilman's Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were your first memories of Rodborough? That's a hard question.
I suppose just playing. You could play anywhere in those days. You know, you could go along because the Rodborough fields were the fields then. There was no houses there whatsoever, and going to school at Rodborough, going on the common. But you know, we could go anywhere in those days. Your parents didn't have to worry about you.
So you got memories from before the Second World War.
Oh yeah.
And
I was born in 1935.
Yeah, just thinking it through. Yeah.
So, really, I suppose you don't know much before, say, you're 5, do you?
Yeah,
You can't remember that much, can you?
So that's. But what about your members of World War II? How did that affect the locality?
We didn't really have very much rain here. I know we had shelters. There was one at the bottom of Lower Spilman's. They built one there. And in Rodborough School, they had a great big an enormous water, I don't know what you call it, but they had tons of water in it, I suppose, just in case there was, yeah. But otherwise, really and truly, there was rationing, of course. But can't remember much else about. We weren't really concerned with the war, really, not very much. Yeah. I can remember American soldiers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you played over in Rodborough Fields, what were some of your best games? Were you
Cricket, yeah, cricket with the boys.
Oh, right. So you enjoyed playing that one?
Yes, and climbing the trees down, down the fields.
Yeah. Did you swing over that stream? That stream's just a trickle now, but some people used to swing over the stream.
Yeah, I suppose we did, yeah. And then there was the river at the bottom by the viaduct. Yeah. You know, we used to go down there, and if there was a tree across it, you could walk across it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I go now to after the Second World War, say the early 1950s, there's a couple of beautiful photographs here on the table in front of me. So while I had a sip of tea, perhaps you'd like to tell us about the pictures, Doreen.
Well, this is the every Whitsun we used to go onto the top of the tower and sing hymns. I suppose this would have been about 10 o'clock. I can't honestly remember that much. And as I said, we just used to walk up the tower, the choir and Sunday school children, and we used to sing hymns.
You're at the back left there on that picture.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about any of the people in the picture?
Well, I know quite a few of them. Yeah, I mean, this lad here is Jim Portby, he's not a lad now, he's 80-something. He's the organist. He was the organist in Minchinhampton, and now he plays for funerals at Rodborough. And these two boys are the Ireland boys. They used to live up in the boulevards.
Okay.
Yeah, and yes. You know, I know that's David Furley. I know, and that's Anne Whittaker. And
was it quite solemn when you walked up the steps up to the tower, or was it a feeling of great excitement?
Oh, great excitement! I think it was quite, because it's very nasty little steps. You know, you have to be quite careful. I don't think you can go. You couldn't go up now, really. No. But it was quite exciting.
And what was the view like up there?
Oh, quite beautiful, really. As I said, we could see the boys camping, the scouts camping, because I suppose they camped at Whitsun, and it was quite lovely, really.
Did you feel that your Whitsun thing was better than the Tabs? Did people think in that way or not? Were they a bit competitive with the Tab or not? What do you think?
I don't think so.
No.
We didn't really have. We have a lot more to do with the tabernacle now than we did then.
Right.
Yes, because we do get together quite often now, but we didn't then. I always went to guides at the tabernacle, because that's where they held the guides. Mm-hmm. And we'd done things, because that was the Danielses, who lived in Stringers. Barbara was our guide captain, and of course they were tabernacle people, so we used to meet at the tabernacle. Yeah.
And the smaller photograph?
Oh, I think this would be about 1952. They used to have floats. I think it was down at the rugby field. I don't think this went as far as Stratford Park. And this was put on from the Albert. And my sister's there and several more people. This was Darrell Brooks and sorry.
This is on top of the float.
Yeah, on top of the float. I think it was some. I can remember them singing. If I'd known you'd be coming, I'd have baked a cake. Can you remember that?
Yeah, no, that one, yeah.
So I think it must have been something to do. I honestly can't remember. But this boy's name was Darrell Brooks, Jackie Smith, Maureen Thompson, my sister, Jackie Adey, Michael Beard, and I think that was Anne Whitaker again.
Right, okay.
I don't think they won anything, but they used to go on floats and
they baked a cake that day.
I'm sure that's what it was. But yes.
Lovely story. What was some of the, apart from those lovely events, some of the events that you enjoyed in times gone by that were particular to Rodborough?
The King's Messengers. We used to meet at that was something we used to raise money for missionary work.
Oh, right, and that was based
at the endowed schools. Yes.
Right, so I've not heard anybody mention that.
And the lady that used to run it was called Mrs. Cook, and she had a little off licence. There's the Albert, and then it was just by the Albert where I think it's called Gren Cottage is now, is it?
Yeah,
it was there. It was just a little, very little off licence. Yeah, and the Miss Taylors, they lived where Katie Ford lives. Right. They were unmarried ladies, and they had a lot to do with the church and missionary work. Mm-hmm. And so we used to put on plays and do things like that to raise money.
And this was
raise money for the missionary.
World, as it were. Yeah. So
missionary work
with the outside world.
Yes, yeah.
Brilliant, because a lot of the focus, obviously, on this is within Rodborough, but it's nice to hear Rodborough's global links there.
Yes.
And what do you looking back? What do you reckon was your favourite play?
Play?
Yeah, or what your favourite event from the King's Messengers? If you would take away one memory, one.
I know we all dressed up in saris once.